Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 20th of August, comes to you from London. And quite a lot of red on the screen this morning, so just shows the markets are probably just pulling back a little bit. If we look at the dollar first of all, remembering this is my weekly, my daily, and my 60-minute chart, giving me a long-term, medium-term, and short-term view with the associated point and figure targets. So the dollar is falling away. We do have seen a bit of a recovery in the short-term chart, so that has still left these targets here in place to the downside, but we are seeing the dollar recovering on the short-term basis. But medium and long-term, it's still hitting new 2-year lows, which is, of course, from a technical perspective, bearish. That means the euro is falling away a little bit. We are just finding support on the cloud, so it's still holding on to the bull trend just, and we do have an upside target on the short-term chart here of 2%. So euro is still looking relatively strong against the dollar. The yen sitting at 106. So it has recovered a little bit here as well, and against sterling we're sitting at 130.76, so we're seeing quite a fall away there too. Taking a look at euro against the sterling, it's 110.30, so we are just seeing sterling weakening there against the euro as well. Bitcoin sitting at $11,700 couldn't actually hold the $12,000 level, so we are back into short-term bearish territory here. We've got targets in either direction on the 60-minute chart. We just need to wait to see which one is activated, so it could go either way, but short-term we're bearish, medium-term we're bullish based on the trends on these charts. Looking at the the S&P 500 index, it fell back a little bit last night, so it's just niggling with this previous high that we saw back in February, March. So we are just teetering on this resistance level at the moment. We do have quite a lot of upside targets in play though, and very few downside targets. So for the moment, it's hard to see any downward pressure for the US market. Looking at the Nasdaq, much the same picture, bullish to the upside, and of course making new highs. Apple becoming the first company worth $2 trillion yesterday was big news. Looking at the Dow, we're up 0.45% overnight, so holding on there. But the futures today, the S&P E-mini is down 0.5%, and the Nasdaq E-mini is down 0.6%. So we are seeing some downside pressure today, and it looks like the US will open lower. The VIX volatility is still steady in the low 20s. We are a long way above where we were at the start of the year, but we have steadily come off, and of course lower VIX is good for stocks. And looking at the FTSE future, we're down over 1% in the UK this morning, and the DAX cash is down 1% as well, and the CAC Current is down 1.2%. So we are just seeing markets coming off here. The the Japanese market was down nearly 1%. The Hang Seng was down nearly 2%. This has been a very weak market over the last couple of years, and we are still in a long-term bear trend there. And Chinese stocks were down 1.3% as well. The Sensex in India is down 0.75%, and Asian, the Aussie market was also down 0.75%. So overall, we've seen markets in Asia falling and Europe falling as well. Gold sitting at $1,943. Still just in that short-term bear zone, but the medium and long-term charts are bullish. A little bit of a triangle pattern forming here on the daily chart. Again, we've got targets in either direction, so it'll be interesting to see which one of these gets activated, but still a bullish chart. And silver is up 1% this morning to $27, so that's still holding its trends. US 10-year yields just falling back slightly to 0.66%. And of course, we'll take a quick look at Apple. Apple stock hitting that $2 trillion mark as we make new all-time highs. The trend has been quite incredible, from a low of 212 to a high of 464 in the last few months, so that's really quite something. And Amazon, of course, has done similar, more than doubling in the since the low this year, and Alphabet has risen as well, up about 50%, and Microsoft over that $200 mark too. So lots of beneficiaries from the crisis in tech. And if we look at the energy markets, we see here we've got quite A lot of mixed picture here. Brent crude has been stuck at $45 all week, and it really has now been quite some time. We're just in this sideways range, so when we break, it will be significant. The problem is we've got targets in both directions, so it's very, very hard to call the break at the moment. And WTI sitting at $42, much the same picture, just trending up more slightly than Brent crude, but still very hard to call. US nat gas has surged ahead, sitting at $2.42, and we really are in a new bull trend here. Coal is steady at $55, so it hasn't found the floor yet. So coal is a failed recovery in waiting more and more already. Emissions down slightly. Looks like we might go back to test that €25 support level, but for the moment we are again a bit range bound. MBP UK gas is up 0.8%, and TTF is also still looking relatively strong on the chart, so that's quite key. And if we look at winter gas, there's European gas also looking stronger there. German power struggling to hold that €40 mark, really stuck in a range here between 38.70 and 40.70, so we're waiting for a break there as well. Keep an eye on the 1 minute charts on your OTC data. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.